If you've already been told show don't tell, be authentic, or write what you know, then this video is for you. I'm gonna go over 5 new college essay tips that will help you stand out from the millions of other applicants. Tip number 1, in medias res. It's Latin, and it stands for, it's Latin, so no one really knows, but the going hypothesis is it means in the middle of things. I love in medias res for your college essay. This is one of my favorite ways to ensure that your introduction will be pithy and memorable. The idea is that you rush to valuable content and don't waste time with backstory or filler that will bore the audience. Let me give you an example. Here are 2 essay introductions about the same topic. This one doesn't utilize the in medias res strategy. Growing up, I used to travel a lot because of my father's job. Usually this was for business trips. However, when I was in 8th grade, my dad won an award and was allowed to take the whole family on a week-long vacation. It was the spring, and we all wanted to see the cherry blossoms in Japan. I was nervous because I had never flown that long before, but I am so grateful that we went on that trip because it taught me to appreciate beauty. If we hadn't gone, I don't know whether I'd be sure I want to be an artist. That's a lot of words to do very little. It's boring. My retention in this video probably dropped as I read that. But let's take a look at how this same essay could begin in medias res. Pastel petals, freighters of serenity, sunder the air, kissing cheeks and chins before landing on the grass. I extend my hands, hoping to capture the zennial leaves, but welcome no guests. Instead, despite the businessman's revelry, the artist's poetry, and the lover's pleas, the incorrigible trees insist on ephemerality. For 2 weeks in the spring, Japan stands still. People throughout the country take time to appreciate what they call mano no aware, the bittersweet awareness of transience. While perfectly describing the experience of the cherry blossoms is as futile as imprisoning their beauty, I see value in the attempt. It's a little better, isn't it? Start your essay by getting right into it. If, and that's a big if, there truly is context that the admissions officer must know to get the full value from your essay, you can fill in the details as you tell your story. Now, really quickly, before we move on, if you're new here, welcome. I'm Chris from Mooshly.com. I have an English bachelor's with a creative writing concentration and an MBA. Now I work as a consultant, but I've been a professional writer, and I've helped a lot of my connections improve their writing and get admitted to elite academic institutions like Ivy Leagues, medical schools, and MBA programs. I frequently get asked for writing advice, so I decided to put some of it out there to help you for free. I wrote a very detailed college essay introduction guide I highly recommend you check out. Click the link in the description to download it for free. Concision. I'm addicted to concision. For any writing, really, if I could only give one piece of advice, it would be pare down your language. Strong writing is clear and concise. The more words you use, the more opportunity you give yourself to muddy your message. I could make an entire video espousing the value of concision, and I don't know, maybe I will, but for now, consider whether it would help your essay. Being concise allows you freedom to include more ideas and convince the reader more thoroughly in the same amount of space. Try not to waste a single word. A machine should have no unnecessary parts. If your 650-word essay can be told in 500 words, great, do that. Let's go over a quick example. Take a look at this sentence and see how many words you can cut without changing its meaning. Pretty good, right? Wrong. Let's try one more. I encourage you to go through your entire essay and see how many words you can cut without losing anything, then compare. Which version sounds better? Stand out.
Hold on a minute, that's not a new tip at all.
No, I know, but I thought
you'd what? Be a lazy
What? No, I'm gonna give actionable steps to ground this in reality.
I'm gonna give actionable steps to ground this in reality. That's how you sound.
Okay, I admit, this is pretty common advice, but I really will tell you how to do it. You already know to pick a topic that hasn't been written about 400 million times and to root out and destroy anything cliche in your essay. Those are things not to do. Here's what you should do. Make it impossible to replace the details in your essay with the details from another and retain the same overarching themes. When you write, be specific. What's more memorable? I like art, or I like impressionist painting outside because of the attempts at capturing the effects of light, the brushstrokes that convey movement, and the asymmetrical composition. Utilize metaphors and similes that the admissions officer has never heard before. Cherry blossoms in Japan as cargo planes carrying Serenity, for example. And it is okay to inject some humor. Be cautious because you still don't know who's reading your essay, but as long as you don't go overboard, this can help set you apart. Think about surprising ways to express something. The vista might have been beautiful, but how did the air taste? How did the running water smell? Ask yourself whether someone could take over writing your essay partway through and the admissions officer would have no idea. Prevent that and you'll be in a good place. Quickly pivot from your problems. Here's the thing, college admissions officers want to see how you think, how you act, your values, your ambitions, and your goals. So the majority of your essay should demonstrate this. If you spend 90% of the time setting up the problem, you won't have the opportunity to highlight your initiative or action taking. The reality is nobody cares how hard it was, nobody cares how tired you were, nobody even cares how sick you were. I don't mean that callously or literally, but I recommend you adopt that mindset when writing your essay because it will make it stronger. The best essays highlight the author's agency. You do not merely acquiesce to things happening to you. You actively go out and make things happen. Don't write like a victim. It's hard to get accepted to college based on pity. What did you do with the hand you were dealt? Be relatable. Now, there is a flip side to this. Don't overcorrect. It's still pivotal that you establish the challenge. You do want to be relatable, and if you spend 90% of your essay listing your accomplishments or explaining how awesome you are, you'll sound conceited. It'd be like giving a presentation at a supporting homeless dinner while wearing an iced out Royal Oak. Wait, let me try again. It'd be like showing up at an environmental conservation summit in a Hummer. I don't know, close enough. Even if you truly never ever had a challenge to overcome, then demonstrate how you used your talents and abilities to better yourself, your family, or your community. Don't forget to grab your free download for my essay introduction guide from the link in the comments, and I'll see you next time.